Hey everyone, happy Friday. Coming live to do an all signs, what you guys just need to know right now. So it's love, money, business. It's just what you need to hear right now. I'm going to go through all the signs. And if anyone would like a super chat reading, if you um, would like a personal reading, you could send a $20 super chat and I will get to your personal reading in between the zodiac signs. And two more announcements. If you'd like a personal reading, that is also available right now. You can look it down in the description for that. And I also put together a free meditation for those of you who would like to meet your own spirit guide and start channeling them. And to get that, I put a little sign up link in the description. You could just go there. You'll click the link. It'll redirect you to a page on my website. You enter your name, your email address, and I will get that free meditation emailed right to you. So let's just go ahead and start. So without further ado, we're going to start with Capricorn. So what does Capricorn most need to hear right now? Okay, Capricorn. Wow, it is kind of complicated. So Capricorn, you kind of need to have a little heart to heart with yourself and just admit that you're a little more either afraid or imbalanced, just out of alignment when it comes to your money situation than you think you are. It's kind of like you're being an ostrich, being like, okay, I covered the base bills, I can just go hide for a while. When like instead there's just gotta be some deliberate intent, some deliberate manifesting. Some universe right now, I feel worried that I'm not gonna make enough money, that I don't know, my business won't restart. Whatever it is you're afraid of, just admit it. Be like, I feel afraid of XYZ, and I need to feel more high vibe around money. I need to feel higher vibe around money so that I can receive more of it. I need to enter a phase where I'm receiving more money in my life. All of this is like focused on what you want, why you want it, positive thoughts about it. I want to feel better about having more money in my life. Help me feel better about my relationship with money. Make it be a good relationship. Make it be one where I feel supported, nurtured, cared for. I love it. I look forward to touching it. I look forward to receiving it. I look forward to spending it. Because you got the 5 of Earth clarified by the 7 of Air. So, like, money is definitely just, like, on your mind and how you're going about it. It looks like you're going about, like, a little, like, liaison faire, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, just kinda, like, a little bit like, "Oh, it will come." I listened to a money manifestation thing earlier. It said it's gotta be a, "Nope, this vibe is getting cleared up." It's gotta be like that deliberate intent, that deliberate choice. Who's live? Say hello, be interactive. So it's just gonna be a little bit more of like a deliberate intention of like, I'm improving my money situation. I'm increasing my ability to receive money. I'm forming a better relationship with money, and it's a good one because I know once you get higher vibe, it comes in. So universe, help me look forward to money. Help me look forward to running my business. Help me look forward to going to work so I can receive more money. You just get you like it's getting better. You just need to be a little bit more deliberate and, like, make a decision and line up with it, Capricorn. Okay. So, I don't know how to interpret this because I did actually pull clarifying cards, but not a lot came out. But you should expect communication. So, you should expect communication. It's just quite frankly, both of you needed not a break. I'll use I'll use the word rest, but it's like you both kinda needed to let your soul recharge. I don't like using spiritual cliche words. Expect communication. It's just you both, like, kinda needed to, like, acclimate to the energy of the 2 of you, and you both had to, like, wind down a previous chapter of your life. And all I can say, Capricorns, is that it's like mirror work. Hi, Lisa. Oh, well, I hope you're enjoying your message. Um If you are all thinking it's their fault, blaming them, Capricorn, there's gotta be a little bit of what, like, all right, I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of advice for this. If you're at all, "They didn't love me, they didn't respect me," you need to, like, flip that on yourself. I'm trying to think, who did I get that exercise from? I can't remember at the time, but you pretty much write out like they did this. Just journal it out. They mistreated me. They yelled at me. They didn't plan dates. They didn't show me they cared. They didn't show me they loved. Like just get all the blame out. And then flip it to God. How did the exercise go? Get all the emotions out. Write it out. Oh, and then you wanna go to, is it necessarily true? Is it necessarily true that they didn't love you just because they didn't plan a date? Is it necessarily true that they didn't love you because they forgot to pick up your dry cleaning? And most of the time you're gonna find out like, no, that doesn't mean it's ultimately true. Um, and then you wanna figure out like, what did you make that like mean about you? It meant that I wasn't lovable. It meant that I hadn't healed my mother wound. So like, do you see that kind of like that step you took that really had nothing to do with them or how they treated you? And no matter what, at some point you wanna, like, flip it. They didn't love me, I didn't love myself. They didn't respect me, I didn't respect myself. You know, like, if a guy invites you over on a second date, like, "Hey, come over to my house," and you go, and then he, like, does something you don't want done. I mean, if anyone's in that situation, first off, I'm sorry, I know that's not pleasant, I know that's not good, but you gotta, like, flip it to, "Oh, I didn't respect myself." And the respect yourself part was not holding firm to your preferences, your boundaries, which is that, "Hey, I really wanna hang out with you, I really wanna get to know you more. I feel more comfortable going out. Is that something you're open with, yes or no?" If they say no, then, like, you gotta let it go. Um, okay, but so expect communication from them. You both just needed time to like wind down your previous chapters. And if you're at all thinking that your previous chapter's fully winded down, they got to do their work, it means you're not fully winded down from your previous chapter, too. When you're at a piece of, okay, wow, I'm definitely done with that previous chapter of my life. I'm starting the new one. And this is what my new chapter looks like. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be enjoying that. That's when you know you're like on the right track. Um, if you try to force the connection or if you try to plow ahead with your money situation without doing any of the energy work I suggested or choose your own, it's not going to go well. And if you try to force the connection, reach out to them, plan a date or anything before it's ready, it's just going to like not feel good. 'Cause you're like, neither one of you have closed down the previous chapter, which means that that season of your relationship is over. When they come back around, you gotta treat it like it's a whole new season. Like, "Oh, who are they? Show me who you are." Re get to know them. And so if you can not force the connection and not just, like, plow ahead in your money, just trying to solve it with action, um, or being like the passiveness, the laissez-faire I said earlier, and you get a little more deliberate with it. Then you got the 2 of fire, which is when you're gonna like feel reinvigorated for life. You know, your second chakra is gonna be like fully active. You're gonna feel invigorated for life. You're gonna be able to like move ahead, and it's like really gonna be like a coming into your own, which means you know your preferences. I would love to be doing this weekend. Who wants to do this with me? I want to be eating this kind of a way. I want to be working out this way. I want friends who like doing XYZ. It's like living in that state of preferences. That's when your life's going to take off. All right, so there's no super chats. I'm going to go on to Taurus. Taurus, it's your turn. Let's see. I haven't watched in a while. There must be a reason. I'm Capricorn. Hi, I'm Gemini. It must be the money part. I have great marriage, 25 years. Maybe. Could be Lisa. And it could also mean that that relationship part could just be that maybe you guys haven't been like planning hecka dates or like cuddling as much as you used to because you just needed a little bit of a focus on me. Um, but that could be that that's just the part for you. Okay, so what does Taurus most need to hear? Oh, this is interesting. Whoa, Taurus. Taurus, I almost guarantee you that. Hey, Dawn, dog fan. Um, do I know you? You said my name, but I suppose everyone knows my name. I'm on YouTube. Okay, Taurus, I don't think you're gonna like this. Oh, Angel, what's up? I don't think you're gonna like this, Taurus. You got the page of earth clarified by the page of air. So, like, whoever it is that you think you're done with, you're not done with them. Um, it could I mean, you got the 3 pages, so it could be like an employer, a coworker, but I also see the page of water, so it could be love, and you got the ace of water, so it kinda indicates that it's likely a little love interest, like, you're not done with it, you're not over it, believe it or not. You're just, like, fed up with how much you gave to get a result that you now realize you were never gonna get. And so it does look like there's gonna be still be communication between you and this person. The page of earth indicates like playful, collaborative, like it's a we collaborative. We everyone wants to feel good, but it's clarified by the page of air. So that does mean that there's gonna be some kind of like blunt truths, whether that person's the one to say it, whether you get it in meditation, whether you get it from like a coach or a therapist. There's just gonna be some like blunt truths. It looks like it's gonna like catapult you into like growing up. Um, and grown up into becoming the queen of earth, which is, the lady who has her pentacles down bright and she's open for love. Um, and that's clarified by the page of water. So it's like once you go through this transformation of fully embodying the queen of earth and Taurus with the energy of this reading right now, it definitely means that it's you embracing that your money can flow through you, that you can literally become the queen of earth, the queen of pentacles, the woman who, you might be delighted by a man and treated by a man, but you don't need him to. So it's like your scarcity mindset around money will just like go away, and so if a guy does it, it'll just be like a delight. Like what's popping in my head is that clip from Cher, who she said, "Oh, I love men. I don't need them. They're like dessert. You need dinner. You like and enjoy dessert." So it's gonna make relationships like so much smoother and easier for you, especially when you feel confident in the core of your being of like, I got the money to do what I want. And so just expect that when you go through that energetic shift of like, I've got myself, I can take care of myself, I can manifest things I want to do. I don't need a man to necessarily come in and do it. That's when like your love life is going to get like smoother and better and all the good stuff. Okay. So right now though, it definitely looks like you want to leave the relationship, but you can't leave the relationship. You can't. Oh, I'm doing Taurus right now. You rewind it a little bit, Concha. You want to leave the relationship. You don't want to leave, but you can't leave the relationship. So you're just kind of like stuck in this that I'm trapped, and it's almost I don't say scarcity mindset. It's like let me pull another card. Okay, it's like you can't leave the relationship because like the love and the spark and the chemistry is there, and you've never felt like that connected. It's like containment when you feel someone's inbound energy around you and like always communicating with you, always asking how you are. Like that was so good. And it's hard for you to like give that up. But there's also just a part of you that's like, oh my God, I need like, who the hell am I? And it goes back to Taurus, what I said earlier in the read is that you were like giving a lot of energy, doing a lot of things, acting in a certain way to get a result that you never got. Um, and so what you're feeling this exact moment is like the, "Oh my god, I just need to be in my own energy. I need to reconnect to myself, my inner being, maybe your spirit guides. I need to get back to like me." I Taurus, I don't see that you're going to leave the relationship right now. There's like an inner tug of war that you got to like solve what you expect out of a relationship versus what's like practical reality versus like also tapping in with your preferences and also learning the lesson of what they say versus what they do, what they say versus what they actually mean. So it kind of looks like you're kind of tied up with this person until you learn those lessons I talked about. Hi, Pietra. How are you? Any love coming in? Thank you. I would love to do that for you. For super chats for personal reads, though, it is $20. Um, So if you wouldn't mind sending an extra 18, I will happily pull a big old full spread for you and give you a little personal reading. Um, I guess if for whatever reason money is just ridiculously tight right now. Just tell me and I'll pull one card for you. Okay, so we're going to move on to Virgo while we wait for Pietra. Virgo. What does Virgo most need to hear right now? Virgo, you are definitely, this has been a theme in your reads, that you're going through a transformation to like pretty much become a man that a woman wants to marry. Like you're leaving the 20-year-old F boy days away. Because you want to become a man that a woman actually wants to like marry. And it's kind of like you've almost accepted full responsibility that the way you've been approaching it isn't working, but you get a little not in your head, but you get a little, but I don't have the time to make that happen. So let's say you're just one of those people who like, you're working 80, 100 hours a week. Maybe it is time to reevaluate the significance and importance that you give to work. Or maybe it's time to evaluate hiring someone to run one of your businesses. Maybe it's time to evaluate maybe stepping down from like a chair position that you have or a board of directors position, just like focus down a little bit. It's definitely because you need to review how you're managing your time in your life. And right now your block is, but I can't. I need that missing piece to come in and be perfect. But the thing with that is that that's like a here's me, here's the you, right? So you're already taking up more space than the other person. You're like, I need you to fit in my life. Healthy relationships, which is what you want. I can see that. Is a we. So it's a hey, here's what I can do. Hey, here's what I could do. How do we come to a third solution where we both feel like we have our independence, our autonomy, and we can come together to create something bigger and better than we can live on our own. So that's why it is kind of, or maybe you have like 20 guy friends and you're like bros before hoes. Maybe you just gotta like come back like, hey guys, sorry if you guys want to talk to me. You definitely got to go to like the Saturday workout we go to. I'm gonna spend more time with my girl. Like you just gotta reevaluate how you're spending your time on Virgo. And Pietra, I haven't seen. Okay, I see it now. Um, so all like Virgo, you got the Emperor clarified by the Eight of Earth. So you're kind of recognizing that this like becoming a better. I keep wanting to say the word man because you pulled so many kings and the Emperor. If you're a woman, though, apply it to woman. Apply it to your own gender. Um, you want to become like a better man, and you're realizing that it's like worth the effort. It's almost as if like on this quest to become the man that women want to marry and like form a life with, you're getting a better result from like coworkers and people on the streets. So it's definitely you're starting to see the benefit of it. So you see that it's worth it. I'll word it that way. Um, and so, okay, so this is just like a good little kind of like sprinkling of the future. Just be prepared that when you step into like the king of water, which means that you see that the other person is a whole unique, independent person. It's about you two coming together to form something better. You're gonna really get into like your loving side, and you're gonna like realize how gratifying it can be when you solve an up close and like a girlfriend's or a wife's problems. It's gonna I can only think to say it this way, it's gonna hit different than when you solve, like, a problem for your sister or for your mom. You're gonna be like, "Wow, that was actually so gratifying, like, I did that." And that's what's gonna, like you got the Ace of Fire, which is gonna light you up, and you're gonna feel more passionate about life again. So, like, you stepping into your most loving partner, stepping into being the most loving partner you can be, is that's what's gonna give you that zest for life and that pep again. Um, and there's one quote coming right now that said, "It's not about how do I find the perfect partner, it's how do I become the perfect partner." Because then once you're a good and great partner, there's gonna be people who wanna, like, be with you. Um, oh, I'm so curious. What currency are you donating from? Um, but okay, so spirit, what does Pietra, what does she, I'm assuming it's a she, what does she need to hear right now? She wants to know about her love life, any love coming in. But of course, if she needs any work, any vibe work, any personal growth work to help that come in, let's do that too. But does she have any love coming in? Everything she needs to hear about her love life. Help her be open to receive it, worded in a way where she could just hear it and expand her heart chakra. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So you got the chariot, and that tends to be that's not the quickest action in the world. The Knight of Swords is a little bit quicker. But chariot is definitely action. Um, and it's forward movement towards you. And it's almost as if like when this person comes in, you're just gonna like feel it like oh wow, this person like means business. But there's a little bit you gotta like celebrate how into your own you've become. So it's kind of like celebrating that you've owned who you are. Like, you know what? I am like, I'm just gonna use me as an example, Pietra, because obviously I don't know you. It's like, I am spiritual. I do play with tarot cards. I channel spirit guides. I make a living channeling spirit guides and readings for people for a living, and I love it. And I'm worthy of love. I am lovable. I also like reading Stoic books, which people think that that is the opposite of law of attraction, but I love reading ancient philosophy and Stoic books, and I love talking about it. And I'm lovable, even though that like people think that contradicts law of attraction. I love thinking positively. So does that make sense, Pietra? There's a little part of you that's like fully when you fully feel like the things that make you you. I like baking. I like spending time doing this. I love belly dancing. It's like when you get into that energy, that's when you're gonna be more of a magnet for a guy who's gonna like love just the exactly the way you are. Because guys, just being honest, all relationships are transactional. They all are transactional. The personal relationships, the transaction tends to be hidden. And a really good one, you don't even notice the transaction because like what you give to them, it lights you up to give it to them. And when they receive it, they're like, "Oh my God, that was such a big deal. You gave me so much." But you're like, "That was nothing, honey." And not like lying either, like authentically. Um, so when you're radiating, think of yourself as the lighthouse, like I do love spending my time belly dancing and I do love baking sweet sugary goods. Other than that, I love going out to eat. I love this, I love that. Then you're gonna be like this lighthouse going, "Hey, who's the guy who wants this?" And then he's gonna be the chariot, the ship who goes, "Oh, let me go to this port and check it out." Okay, you got the Ace of Water clarified by the Eight of Earth. So Ace of Water, again, that's another like love card coming in. But I do want to tell you it's the Ace. So that means they'll just be like hey, there's some energy between the two of us. Like, oh, or you're cute, or whoa, I feel this. Do you feel it? Clarified by the Eight of Earth means you're gonna have to be willing to put in some work and some effort. And it's not work or effort to win them over and win them, but it's not like a I owned who I was. I manifested him. Now I'm supposed to sit back and let him do everything. If he like, that whole saying of like, if he really wants it, he'll make it happen. If a man really wants you, you'll know. You gotta like nix all that. I'm gonna word it this way. That's dumb feminist shit out of your head. There's a lot of good feminist stuff, but the he should like beg and grovel to be with you. He should like plan the date and like pick me up. Like, let that go a little bit, like, definitely have your sets for, like, I want a man who likes dates, I want a man who likes putting energy and effort and investing in the relationship, but it's just be aware that, like, you gotta put energy and effort into. And honestly, Petra, it's as easy as, like, just when you talk to them, like, one guy I was interacting with, was kinda like, "Dang, I just feel like he's giving me so much, I kinda wanna, like, give something back," and I was like, I can roast a chicken, I can cook this," and he was just kinda like, "Cool, cool." And then one day I was like, "Oh, I know how to roll avocado rolls." And he's like, "That would impress me." I was like, but an avocado roll is far easier to make than a whole roasted chicken. I was like, "Done deal." That's what it means by effort. So it's stuff that you know how to do and you already like to do, but don't just like sit back and be like, "Oh, I'm the prize." Um, "Oh, you like avocado rolls? Well, what? I can make those really easy. Let's plan a date to make that happen." 'Cause that's gonna help him feel loved. Okay, so now in terms of, like, energy work, something you could do to help this come along, you got the Six of Water, so that's, like, the nostalgia looking back card. So in when manifesting love, it can be helpful to, like, think past through, like, either previous partnerships you've had or think past, And it could be like romantic partners you've had, boyfriends, girlfriends. It can be like with your grandpa, with your dad, any type of relationship where there was love exchanged, and just go, I really liked this. I really liked this. I really liked this. And like, I encourage you to journal it because when you journal it, you have to be more focused. And what you focus on, you get, and you feel it in you're like, oh my God, when my grandpa would just do this for my birthday, that was so nice. Um, Okay. Wow. I don't know what your life has been like. You got the justice card clarifying that though. So I hope that that energy work made enough sense. Just go through that list of like, I liked this about that partner, I liked this about that relationship. I loved this. I loved that. And you can definitely add things in too. And now I know I want these things. And universe, I'm also open to being surprised and delighted. You know things that I could want that I don't even know to ask for. Okay, so that's your energy work. It's clarified by the justice though. So it's definitely they're really hitting home that it's time for you to like just put more energy and effort into the maintenance of a relationship. So the flip side of that energy work then would be, and here's ways that I love to spoil my man. Give me a man who loves massages. Give me a man who and I'm not saying it can't you can't be like, a spoiled Dubai princess, but it's gotta be, give me a man who just really delights off a woman who glows when she gets material gifts. But do you see how that's just a little bit of like, I love doing these things, and here's ways I want to spoil my man. Here's things I want to be doing for him. Universe, give me that guy. There just needs to be a little more balance in terms of how you're approaching love. All right, I hope that helped, Pietra. And come back. Let us know when you meet this man. It sounds like it is going to be kind of fun. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of personal growth for you too. Um, so congrats. Okay, so if there's no more super chats, if you guys would like a little super chat reading, you could just super chat $20, ask me whatever question you want, and I will do a little spread for you. Obviously not little, that was kind of long. But in the meantime, we're going to go back to Gemini. So super chats I take in between the zodiac signs. So Gemini, what does Gemini most need to hear here, right now? Jesus, Gemini, 6 cards and 5 of them are major arcanas. You're welcome, Pietra. I can't wait for you to meet this guy. You're 5 major arcanas. Um, okay, so there's a part of me that's like, I just need balance. I just need to pause. I just need to wait. I just need to let the dust settle. But like in reality, you need to become the emperor. You need to become like the, no, this is what I will do. Hey, this is something I could give to you. This is something that I can't. Because what's lacking right now between, I'm going to say life in general, the king of water is here. So it could be a love interest, is that no one's like guiding the ship. No one's stepping up to be the captain. And if it has to be bad news, it's just like, hey, look, I'm really sorry. I just have to tell you, like, that isn't gonna happen, and I know that might disappoint you. So let's just, can I hug you? Can I console you? And like, what is there anything else that I can do to make you feel loved? Right? You can't just like cancel a 3-day weekend getaway and be like, get over it. I'm tired. You gotta be like, oh, like, listen, I'm so sorry to tell you this. I can't make the 3-day happen, 3-day, the weekend getaway happen. Here's why. But like, is there something else local that we could do that would still be fun for you to do? Like, I just need it to be a shorter trip. Because then at least the person you're leading, you're stepping up into the emperor, and the other person will still feel loved. Because it just looks like whatever your situation is right now, everyone's just like being on the boat and like, well, we're on the boat, but there's no captain. No one's turning the engine on. Um, but once you like step up into the leadership role and accept responsibility, you got the magician. But then clarified by the awakening card. Um, did you just watch your reading, Concha? I'm curious what's going to happen for you. Um, okay, so Gemini, it's going to turn you into the magician, which is that person who's like manifesting, like, I want this, I want that. Let's go for this. Um, oh, okay, I got your message. But it's like, even though you can manifest stuff, there's going to be a little bit of a need to like The awakening card is all about seeing things from a different perspective. It can indicate pauses and temporary standstills. So, how I would interpret this is if you manifest something and they've been coming in right away, but then one thing doesn't come in right away, then it doesn't mean you're not worthy of it or that you shouldn't get it. But it means that that means there needs to be a perspective switch on that topic. So if you've been manifesting like $25, $50, a client, um, a dinner somewhere, a date, and then you go, oh, now give me a girlfriend, something like quote unquote bigger, right? Um, if everything else came in immediately and the girlfriend is like a pause, it means the way you're either viewing relationships, it means the way that you're viewing yourself, it means there just needs to be a perspective switch. So that one thing that you can't get, Gemini, just be aware that it means it's because you need to get a perspective switch on it. Don't lose hope and don't get out of the manifesting mode. Just be like, okay, that one's not coming in right away. Well, universe, here's some other things they'd still like. Give me that stock that's going to make me 20%. Give me this, give me that. So keep manifesting, right? And on that one topic, just be like, all right, I know that this is coming in for me. Universe, I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to feel about myself differently. I'm willing to embody a new version of me. Guide me, show me the way. So just keep manifesting, but be open to a little personal change in that area. And I can tell you the personal change, if especially if you're manifesting love, you got the death card clarified by the King of Water. So the death card is that like internal shift within you. It's kind of it's those I'm growing up moments, right? I can't think of an example right now, but it's the person who's just in like casual relationships versus the person who's in a relationship, they have to show up differently. Casual just has to be, I know how to turn you on, right? And I gotta like be free when you're free. A relationship is, oh babe, you had a hard day at work. Oh, come let me take care of you. What's your favorite meal? What do you want me to buy you? Like that requires a different person. And some of that is being willing to let go of autonomy, right? Like if you're going to be in a relationship with someone, a relationship is a privilege. So that is means, oh, here are their needs. Here's what they need of a partner. I want to be the one to take care of them. The time you spend taking care of them, you don't have as much free time as a single person. So you are giving it up some independence and some autonomy. Are you going to focus on what you're losing? Or are you going to focus on I do love the way he loves to be loved. I love being the one to love him. I love the cuddles. He listens to me so well. I love this continuation of story of my life and of their life. So you're either gonna like focus on what you're losing, or you're just gonna recognize that that's part of the transformation of getting a relationship, and then focus on everything that you're gaining and be like, it's worth it. Because the transformation is ultimately going to take you to the King of Water, which is where you know how to love, you know how to be tapped into emotions, you know how to be there for like other people essentially, and it's not like just about you. Hi LL, hi Mohammed. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for coming live, guys. Happy Friday night, by the way. Okay, so no super chat. So if you guys want a personal reading, you could just super chat me. And yes, you could also Venmo me $20. I'm happy to do a spread for you on whatever question you have. I will do the super chat questions in between zodiac messages. So right now we're going on to Libra. And don't forget, guys, if you're ready to meet your spirit guide, click on the description link in this video, and I just put up a free meditation that takes you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters to get all the energy you need so that you can be in communication with your own spirit team. That free meditation is in the link down below. Yeah, happy meeting your spirit team, guys. When you click it, it will redirect you to my website. You have to put in your name and your email. That's what will let my system email you the meditation straight to your inbox for free. Okay, though. So Libra, you just always want love, and it's just always complicated. At least the Libras that come to my channel. Whatever love situation you're not making a decision on, it's not because you have too much work going on and you have too much things going on. You're pretending there's no problem. You don't wanna make the decision. You're not ready to give up all of your autonomy to be in a relationship, and just remember, I said it for the previous reading, a relationship is a privilege, which means you have to work for it, you have to earn it, right? Driver's license, driving is a privilege. You have to be able to, like, earn the money to buy a car. You have to get your license. You have to get car insurance. That's a privilege, that's a responsibility. You have to put in energy and effort to get the right to drive a car, and then once you have the car, you gotta put in gas into it. You gotta, like, check the tire pressure. You have to, put new oil in it every 3 months. If you don't put oil in your car after about a year, the engine's gonna, like, I don't know, blow up or burn or something bad. It's gonna stop working. So it's a privilege, and it's like you're just not ready to go through that. So it's just kinda like, call a little BS on yourself, Libra, have a little heart to heart where you go, "Okay, you're not too busy. You just don't wanna make this decision." Because then you're at least authentic and in the moment, and authenticity is always the best, guys. Okay, so whoever is your love interest, they are a team player and they would be a good team player partner. So they would put energy in and effort in. Um, but you're in the 9 of air, which means that's when you're like in your head, you're like, oh, but it's like that fear of like, but what if I go all in and they don't love me as much as I loved them? I've had relationships where like I loved more than they did. Or it's like, what if I go all in and in 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, I wake up and I realize I don't like the life and how it turned into. So just recognize that that's all of you, like in your in ego, living in the future. And okay, the advice I'm going to give you guys is actually to regulate your nervous system. Anytime when it's ego and you're like, oh, I bought a Chanel bag and you think it means something about you, that's flat out ego. When you are thinking about the future, worried about what if I do this and they don't go all in? What if I do this and in 5 years I hate my life? She makes my life miserable. Relationships, marriage, risk, having kids, family is always going to come with that element of risk. You can't get rid of it. Um, but what you can do is you can regulate your nervous system. And you guys could just Google that vagus nerve reset, stimulate my vagus nerve. Um, Regulate my nervous system. Any of those should pull up some good videos for you because you want to be in a regulated frame of mind when you're thinking about your relationship. Dysregulated is but what if I do this and they do that? And what if I put in all this work and energy and effort and they just take advantage of me? And the last girlfriend I had, I spent 10,000 and turns out she never saw me as marriage material. You, you're in a dysregulated nervous system frame of mind. So you definitely don't really want to be taking any action in life in general on anything, to be honest. You want to get regulated first. Um, and then think about the relationship. So, Libra, if you're able to like find the balance and able to recognize that it's just you prophesizing worst case scenario, there's love there. And it's your move to actually loving communicate with them because you got the page of water clarified by the balance. So that indicates that, like, Libra, this is interesting. It indicates that the other person likely put in a little bit more work and energy and effort than you did. And they feel that and they're like, nope, I'm not chasing a guy again. Nope, I'm not forcing a relationship again. Even though I can see the connection potential with them, they either want it or they don't. So it's definitely like your turn to lovingly like reach out to them just to like restore balance in the relationship. Hi Tracy, nice to see you. How are you? Anything new? Any new remodels? Any new love in your life? So I'm going to move on to Aquarius and how this is working. That if you guys want a personal reading right now while I'm live, you could just super chat me $20 and ask me whatever question you want, and I will pull a spread for you. I'll do those in between the zodiac signs. And so for right now, lots to tell, lots going on. Good, good. You were a mover and a shaker. You were always growing. Okay, so Aquarius. What does Aquarius most need to hear? What sign are you, Tracy? Gosh, like the same cards are coming up. I'm shuffling. Okay. God, everyone's getting a love reading tonight. And guys, it doesn't always have to be like love as a romantic partner. It can be a close friendship. It can be a parent. So your relationship though is, I mean, this is kind of a blunt message. However you're approaching the relationship, the rupture and repair, that's a psychology term. You could go Google that to get more information on that. However you're approaching this rupture and repair, um, it's not that it's your turn, but it's worth you putting energy and effort in to like reevaluate your motives, to reevaluate, oh, was my subconscious doing this? Was I being sneaky? Um, it's worth energy and effort on your part to reevaluate like your motives and were you being as honest and as authentic as you could have been? And God, it's definitely like you got to put some work and energy into the relationship. Because you got the 10 of Earth, which is like the ultimate family fulfilling card, um, clarified by the wheel. So it literally means the way that you're approaching relationships absolutely has to change. Everyone's getting, not everyone. One other sign got that message too. You got to completely reapproach the way you're doing relationships. And quite frankly, you got the chariot clarified by the strength. So it's you got to put more action and energy and effort into your relationship. To be blunt, um, I know if you're a lady watching this, I know all those TikTok videos, especially women in Dubai who are like, "Oh, on a first date, he sent me these Chanel bags and oh, what it's like being married to a billionaire. I start my day, he ordered me food, I just eat it, and then I go shopping for a custom dress, and then he greets me with 12 flowers as I meet him after his work meeting." Like, I was like, glamorous as that might look, you may not actually want that. I want road trips with my man. I want family road trips with my man. Some billionaire ain't gonna have time to do road trips. I also don't want a house so big that I either A, have to clean it or B, staff has to be hired invading my privacy to come in and maintain it. So get that little bit of reality check, And there are some of my clients who are, oh, but I want that traveling lifestyle like Amanda Francis has. And then like when I talk to them, it's like, that's not what you want at all. And then they like always cry and they go, oh my God, you're right. I just want like a medium sized house, but I want it on a hill and I want a big backyard for my kids. And yeah, I actually just need 3 or 4 bedrooms. And then they get at peace and then they get what they want. So there's got to be a little bit of, I don't say coming down to reality or coming down to earth, but coming into yourself and honestly being honest about what you want out of a relationship. And I can definitely tell you guys, like, I love giving massages to my partner. It makes me feel so connected to them. It makes me feel like I've made their day better. I love that. So, people who don't like massages obviously would not be a good partner for me. But guys who are like, I worked hard all day and oh, my babe gave me a massage, right? So I like doing that. So there's things that you like doing in a relationship that you're just not admitting to yourself. Okay, because being blunt, for your relationships to start feeling more balanced and less in your head, it's you got to take action. You got to start taking more action, putting more energy and effort into your relationship. Um, all right, so we're gonna move on to Aries. Oh, Taurus already happened, Tracy. Minute 8:15. If you want to like rewind and go watch it. We're moving on to Aries. And don't forget, guys, Aries. LL, what's your question? I'll get you right after Aries. Aries, if you want to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation that will take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters so that you can meet your own spirit team. The link for that is in the description down below. Happy meeting them. Email me back. Let me know how it goes. I'm very proud of that meditation. So what does Aries most need to hear right now, see right now, feel right now? Wait, Letty? We worked, you took my law of attraction course and we did like 3 months together. You married that guy, that Letty? If you are that Letty, I love the photo of you and him. And you are looking gorgeous, girl. I'm lifting weights now. But okay, so we're on Aries. Aries. Everyone's getting a love reading tonight. That's actually surprising because I don't focus on love. I focus on personal growth and manifesting. Um, it's okay. You can just there's not too many people on. You can just type it again and I'll be able to scroll and read it. Um, okay, so Aries, it kind of being a little blunt, Aries. Well, you're Aries, so you're gonna like this. It's time for you to start like leading your life, leading your business, how you conduct yourself in a way that's like worthy of respect and admiration from others. And it's no like fame is no longer gonna cut it. Well, I have a big YouTube following, right? But how do you treat everyone? How do you treat everyone? How do you show love to your business? Do you like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go live to make some money. I don't know why people like me." You're gonna go, "No, I'm gonna respect my business," which means you're gonna, like, show up on time for it. There's just how you conduct yourself needs to start switching to a way where people respect you because there's something that you want, like, being on TV. So something like that you want that you're like, "I should get that considering my following, considering everything I've got going on for me." You're not gonna get that until you learn how to conduct yourself in a way where people respect you. So even if you had, like, a disagreement with someone and, like, a parting ways with someone, they'll still be able to look back and go, "You know, he and I weren't able to see eye to eye, and we weren't able to, like, come to a business deal." But he's definitely very trustworthy. Like, I would trust him. I would happily host him on my YouTube channel again. Um, we just weren't a good match. It wasn't compatibility for what we wanted, what we needed. Like, that's what you want people to be able to say about you. Um, okay, because clarifying that you got the star. So it's when you become that, that's when you're going to get your dream. Whatever your big dream is, that's when you're going to get it. Um, if you're able to do that, you got the Knight of Air clarified by the Two of Fire. So you're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel more in charge of your life. And things will pick up with like with great speed. The Knight of Air is like a quick moving knight, like a it's almost as if like someone tried to bring you in to like be in a movie and you're like, oh no. And they're like, ah, he was kind of rude and standoffish anyway. But now I'll be like, yes, I'll show up to your studio just to check things out, scope things out. So you're definitely feeling like more confident and competent, which is good. And again, if you're able to do this, you got the page of water clarified by the four of air. So it's like you're going to have this awareness and this epiphany that, oh, I didn't need to like pop off on that person and yell at them. I actually just needed a little bit of me time. I need to like, hey, babe, I want to connect with you, but like, I'm just kind of spilling of sorts right now. I kind of just need to go meditate for 15 minutes. Or it might be a, babe, I really want to help you. I really want to be there for you. I am like thoroughly exhausted. I kind of just need to like veg out and play video games and go to bed. Like that level of authenticity is what's going to lead to closer connections for you, as well as leaving people to respect you more. And your love life will just get better. Um, okay. So a couple of weeks ago, we asked Spirit about my relationship, and you asked my age. I'm 50. Oh, so you're not the Letty that I worked one-on-one with. They gave me some good advice, but it turns out the relationship was short-lived. He felt I ghosted him. Oh my goodness. Feel free to keep typing. And it's okay if it was a short-lived relationship. You could always either manifest another one um, with the clarity that you got from this one. Universe, he was great. Here's everything I liked about him. I liked this and this and this about him. Here's everything that I liked about how we spent time together. And now I know I also want good communication, easeful communication. I want to feel at home in my body. Send me the guy where it could be longer. I want a long-term partnership. He felt I ghosted him when I was upset over everything had ended over the so-called ghosting. Was I really wrong? All right, universe, let's give Letty some what she needs to hear, some good advice, what she needs to hear to get love into her life, help her gain clarity on what happened with this guy, help her have any personal insight she needs to have if she was wrong or needs to change anything, give her if there's any guidance to like reconcile, give that guidance. If it's a new person, ooh, come on, let's just get some love in her life. And obviously the personal growth she's asking for. Girl, you are not doing your meditating. You need to be meditating. So, hold on, let me look at all of them. Um, it's I don't see it answering your question of like, was I really wrong? What it's saying that you were doing wrong though, I don't know why I'm quoting it, but what you were doing wrong is, like, you got the high priestess clarified by the 2 of earth. So, it's like you were so caught up in the fun of the relationship that it was, like, going in your room, you're like, "Oh my god, I just saw him, and we could do this next time, we could do this next time, and if he invited me here, I'd feel so in love." You were so, like, caught up in the movement of it and the juicy goodness of it that you kind of forgot, like, the basics, which was the high priestess, which is, like, the spiritual lady, the meditator. Um, so it's like you need to do that basic 15-minute mindfulness meditation every day. That way you can be grounded and authentic in your body. And that's when you'll, yeah, they're saying really loudly right now. That's when you'll be tuned in, Letty, to hear, I want to connect with you more. I haven't seen my friend so and so in a week though, since we started connecting, you little hottie. I really need to spend some time with her. Can we connect later this week? That's the kind of missing piece. You get caught up and wound up in the energy of this feels so good. I want more, I want more, I want more. But like candy, you eat too much of it, you gain 10 pounds overnight. Um, in terms of the ghosting, because the cards didn't show this up, uh, you didn't ghost him, but I think you could see from his point of view how he thought you ghosted him. If you it's communication is also like, "Here's what I need, but can I also think about them and what they might be going through if I do what I need?" So if you need to, "Hold on, something's wrong, I need to retreat," just be like, "Hey, babe, we know it was new, so you might not be at, like, pet names yet, but, like, hey, Kelly, I just like, you're used to talking to me every day, so I just wanted to let you know, like, I've got this meditation series lined up, and I'm gonna go meditate for, like, 4 hours. I have a sneaky feeling I'm probably just gonna pass out right afterwards. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you, though. It like, in terms of what you did wrong, what you could do better, it's just, what do you need? How can that impact the other person and communicate it more? Um, okay, but definitely make sure you meditate and, like, ground before you connect with your person, like, it's almost as if you know that he texts every day at 3 p.m. when he gets home, that means at 2:30 or 2:45, however long you need, go meditate. I know we're about to connect. I want to get grounded. I want to be fully authentic and just like kind of be in that space for a while until you just get used to this person's energy in your life. Because with like the 2 of earth, quite frankly, the high priestess, it's like this inbound energy came in from being with him that just kind of like confused you. And until you get used to that person's energy to be able to identify, oh, that's his energy, oh, this is mine, it'd be really good to like meditate. I release everyone else's energy. I call all of my energy back to me, and then as you breathe in, just say the words in. As you breathe out, say out, out, out. Your mind will wonder. Can you bring it back to your breath? And in time, you'll feel your body soften. You'll feel yourself sink in. Your mind will be clear. So it'll just be a good practice to implement, whether it's this person or another person who comes back in. Okay, so did that answer enough of that question, Letty? It looks like I almost wanna read the other, like, bad thing first before I go to the good thing. Um, okay, was this her? Is this him? It looks like you have a little fear around money. I don't know if it's because you don't like, you don't have enough for yourself to take care of it. Um, this is okay, you can what does she need to hear from these cards? The 5 of earth is like the money, fear surrounding money card, and the 10 of fire is the too much work, you're not asking for help when you need help. Um, gosh, I don't this message could be as simple as, if you're out on a date and he's like, "Oh, um, would you like to split it?" Can you could be willing to say like, "Oh, I absolutely can split it, but I gotta admit it would feel more like a date if you paid." Um, because it's almost as if in that relationship you were trying to like take on a little bit of too much that wasn't yours to take on and you weren't admitting, "We could do it that way if you want." I think I'd feel a little scared. Um and then see if they go, "Oh, well, what's a way we could do it that wouldn't make you feel scared?" Right? So there was a little bit of like that kind of communication that needed to happen. God, we're not on a live call, so it's not like I can talk to you and hear your specific example and coach you through it. Um, but it could be I'd love to take a 3-day weekend getaway with you. Right now, I have most of my disposable income like already allocated towards other things. Um, so if you'd want to go, I would love to have that connection, that memory with you. I can't contribute too much right now because it kind of looks like you took on a little bit of like you took on some stuff that just felt like a burden to you, and that's what kind of threw that relationship out of balance. And then because you weren't meditating to tap into yourself to go, oh, I actually really didn't want that. It just kind of like bloop, made you need to like ghost a little. Um, okay. I wonder if you're ready to hear this part. So you got the sun card clarified by the six of air. So there's a little bit of needing to focus on the joy that he brought into your life. Because sometimes when you haven't been in a relationship for a very long time, sometimes when you meet someone, especially if it's short lived, it can be like oh my God, universe, thank you for reminding me what it feels like to be loved by someone, what it feels like to have someone want to text me, want to call me, focused on me. So it's kind of like this little relationship did give you a little bit like your soul, like a jolt of like, fudge, this is what it feels like to be alive. Like this energy's good. And so it's kind of like indicating that like your lone wolf days are over because you now fully recognize the value of relationships and now you're willing to put like energy and effort into them to make them work. So that's what you if you want to look at this man, it's just like I appreciate that wake up. And then you have to be like, universe, I appreciate that wake up call. I now really know I want a life mate, a lover in my life. I want a life mate. I want the person to enjoy my golden years with. I love what you sent me, him or someone better. I'm ready to have love in my life. And thank you for showing me how good it felt to have love in my life. And then, like, if he comes in your head, you got to drop it. Make sure you're meditating and go, universe, show me what it feels like to be living my life with the love of my life. Show me what it feels like to be in relationship with my life mate. Show me what it feels like in my body to the core of my being, what it feels like to be with my life mate. I'm ready to be living life with my life mate now. Guide me, show me what it feels like, and then feel it deeply in your body and just hold it for 27 seconds a day. And then the universe, you do step one, they do step two. They'll either align stuff for you two to like reconcile, meet back up, or they're gonna get you another guy. And like, who cares? Because the end goal is just you in a happy relationship with a life mate. It doesn't matter if it's him or someone better. It's either gonna be him or someone better. Okay, Letty, did that help? I hope it helped. We are moving on to Leo. Leo, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, you can click link in the description to download my free meditation that I made to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters to help you do just that. And Letty, let me know. Let me know, girl. Okay. So, Leo, what you need to hear right now, I think, I don't think, whatever it is that you're pretending there's not a problem with, or whatever it is that you're delaying um, action on or making a decision on, whatever you're just like pretending doesn't exist, like stop that because you got to put effort into it. Whether that effort is universe, I'm meditating to gain clarity on the situation. Universe, I'm meditating to feel a higher vibe on this situation. Universe, I'm meditating to see this from their point of view. So that sometimes the work can be the energy, emotional work. It can also be if there's something I could do to make the situation better, guide me, let me know. Because whatever it is that you're like avoiding and not putting energy and effort into right now, it's definitely time for you to be putting work in. Because it looks like right now there's a part of it that's just willing to go like, oh, it was just a false start. It wasn't supposed to be anything. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to get that job. Or she didn't call me back. Well, guess what? Maybe you got a double text. If it's a job like, oh, well, they didn't call me back. They really wanted to hire me. They would have. Well, maybe you could send a thank you note like, hey, I actually had such a great interview with you guys, and I would really love to be contributing XYZ to your company. Um, do you know your timeline for hiring? Because you're brushing off of like, it must have just been a false start, not meant to be. When like in reality, whatever the situation is in your life right now, it just looks like there wasn't full alignment on what you guys wanted. And instead of being willing to go, hold on, hold on, hold on. I see that you're not fully satisfied with this. What would make you feel satisfied? That clarifying question that, like, well, hey, what are you hoping to get out of this? Because then they'll say, well, honestly, this. Then you'll be like, oh, that's actually doable. We can do that. Right now, it's just like, I want this. I want this. Oh, we're not a match. We're not a match. That's like your energy right now. Instead of, oh, that's not something I can give right now, but I can do these other things. Do any of these interest you? So it's kind of like learning the value of asking someone, what are they hoping to get out of it? What would you like to see? If you could wave a magic wand and have it all your way, like just asking those questions because that will help you get to know them. This is going to help you in love and business and friendships. Like, hold on, I see you're saying yes, but it doesn't look like you're fully happy. If we change the time, would that make it easier for you? Or is this something that you just don't want to do at all? Or is there something that I can get back to make it easier on you? And they might go, honestly, if you can make sure I'm home by 8 p.m. so I get a good night's sleep for work tomorrow, you're like, okay, we could definitely do that. Like, that's what that will give you. And your relationships are going to be so much better. Um, Okay, if you're willing to do that lesson, you got the chariot clarified by the page of earth, you're going to be much more willing to take action once you figure out what is it that they actually want. Oh, you're just looking for a summer love? Okay, let's do that. Oh, you're looking for your husband? Oh, I actually was looking for a wife too. Let's do that. Like once you learn to ask the like, hey, what are you hoping for? What's your 2-year vision? Whatever that growth is just going to get you into action and like communication with anyone and everyone is just going to be like more joyful and uplifting and playful. Um, okay, I don't see any super chats, so we are going to move on to Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, I have a free meditation in the description to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Master so that you can meet your own spirit guide or guides and connect with them. Just click the link in the description. It will redirect you to a page on my website where you enter your name and your email. And that is how my system will get you that meditation emailed straight to your inbox for free. What does Sagittarius need to hear? Keep putting energy and effort towards your money. It will get better. And sometimes that energy and that work is physical work, applying for jobs, making a YouTube video. Sometimes it's also the energy work of universe guide me to feeling better about money, guide me to having a better relationship with money where I look forward to receiving it. I look forward to spending it. Help me release this guilt around receiving money and help me feel good about having it. Just help me see how me having money in my life is good. So it can be physical work. It could also be energy work. Um, Whatever it is that you are waiting on, it's gonna be successful. So maybe you've, like, sent a, "Hey, babe, I miss you. Are you open to reconciling?" Right? The ball's in their court, you gotta wait. It's gonna be successful. That's just a short, blunt message. Um, what your focus this is, like, what your focus needs to be on right now. You got the Queen of Water clarified by the Six of Water. So it's whatever it is that you're wanting in your life right now, it's time for you to really embody what it will feel like if that comes into your life right now. Universe, show me what it feels like to have XYZ in my life. Show me the type of thoughts I'll be having. Show me the embodiment I'll be having. Show me who I'll be. Show me the types of things I'll be doing, the type of things I'll be buying. So it's like you falling back in love with why you want something, right? Sometimes when even like manifesting something for like a long time, you can like strangle it to death. So it just needs to be a I need to be reminded why I love doing this, universe. And so it kind of will help you to like look back on fond memories on this topic, like using me as an example, be like, oh man, when I give that person this read, and for 2 years they didn't have their books anywhere, but then after the reading, they got their book into stores, that felt good. Or, oh, when that person was on the verge of divorce and they got clarity, now they have the relationship that others dream to have. So it's kind of like falling back in love with what it is that you want. That's what's really going to help you. That was short and sweet. Okay, so Cancer. That was good. Okay, good, Letty. I'm glad that helped you. I'm really glad that helped you. And you can absolutely manifest someone else. Okay, so Cancer, if you'd like to meet your spirit guide, there is a link for that in the description. It's a free meditation. We'll take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters. Just click the link, enter your name and your email, and my system will get that free meditation emailed right out to you. And for those of you who are live, if you would like to ask a personal question, or if you would like to ask a second personal question, just super chat $20 and I will get to your personal question in between the zodiac signs. So we are on. What does Cancer need to hear? Oh, Cancer, you're going through some growth. You want love. Or it's not to say that you want love. Well, there's love cards in here. You want more deep, meaningful connections. Whether that means you actually want like a romantic partner, that's to be seen. But you definitely are moving towards the I want to know how to connect with people deeper card. So, okay, overall, you got the Six of Airs. So, whatever emotional blunt you went through, that's over. You're like out of the dark ages. You're out of the iron age of your life. That phase is completely over. And like the phase that you're coming into is like the night of water, which kind of indicates that you're actually going to start putting energy and effort into your love life, whether that be love life, romantic partner, or like deeper friendships and actually hanging out. Like, if you tend to go to like a hobby group and hang out with like your bowling group on Monday and your knitting group on Friday, you're like, I actually do want to hang out with that one person in between there. It's like you're going to be willing to take that like chance, that energy, and the effort to build deeper, more meaningful relationships. I do think there's like hints of a love interest in here. It's not strong though, but it's kind of like whatever ending happened with them. It was a while ago. You're over the blunt of that, but it kind of made you realize, like, wait a second, since that's over, I actually really did like having someone to go and talk to. I did like this. So you're kind of like just wakened up that like putting energy and effort into like love is worth it. Okay. So now this is like a personal growth lesson for you, Cancer. Whenever you're thinking about like, I just got to walk away from this person, I just got to leave, it's really about recognizing that when you personally get that feeling, it's indicating that you guys just have different desires right now. And there's nothing wrong with competing desires or different reasons for entering and doing something with someone as long as you get clarity. So instead of just running away and going, not a match, be like, oh, I guess I'm curious. Like, what do you most like about rugby? Oh, you just watch it for the hot men? Oh, I actually like the sport and the talent that goes behind these men training. So you guys might like something for different reasons, but you can still go and watch the show and enjoy it together. So just anytime you feel like walking away, just recognize that it's worth time, energy, and effort to like to clarify, ask questions, become curious. Um, I wish I knew what was going on in your day to day so I could give you guys better examples. But if you're saying like, oh yeah, my boyfriend and I, we were 9 months in, so we're talking about marriage, and the person goes, 9 months, you're talking about marriage. Instead of just fuck it, it's not a match, walking away. That's where you go, well, yeah. It's not like we were gonna like walk down the aisle the next day, but we were talking about it. But like that makes me curious. Like, how long do you want to date someone before you even think about marriage? Or is like marriage even on the table for you? That curiosity is gonna give you so much information that's gonna help you have more deeper, meaningful relationships and like lifelong ones. And so now this is just a word of encouragement, Cancer, that whatever it is you're going through right now in terms of your emotional growth, personal friend growth, interpersonal skills, like it's worth it. you're definitely going to fall more in love with like yourself and fall in love with life. You're going to start to see that you're not like you're worthy of love, but you're also just going to start to realize like, hey, I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of cool, and I'm definitely worthy of love. I'm definitely worthy of dates. Um, yeah, good job, Cancer. Okay, so now we are moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, if you would like to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation that will take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters so you can meet your spirit guide and your personal team, become better at channeling. Just click the description, or is it the description? Whatever box on YouTube, whatever it's called. Scroll down, you will see a link. Just click it, enter your name and your email address, and I will get that meditation straight to your inbox. So, what does Scorpio most need to hear? Everyone is getting love, man. Okay. Whatever it is you're sad about, take care of yourself, love on yourself, be good to yourself. Just process the sadness and release it out of your body. Once you finish processing the sadness, um, the encouragement here is to universe, show me how to have passion for life again. I'm ready to feel passionate and invigorated about life again. And like life is worth living. And like I'm ready to feel eager and enthusiastic about life again. Guide me to that universe. So that's your encouragement. Okay. After that, if you do that, you got the Unity Major Arcana card, which is the ultimate we're coming together community card, clarified by the 10 of Earth, which is the Minor Arcana card that's all about unity, excuse me, and coming together. So it's if you can just get that, I'm ready to feel eager and enthusiastic about life. I have things to look forward to on my calendar. I live a life that I like living, and there's just things that I like doing that, like, yes, of course, I have to go do that next Tuesday. That's when your love life is gonna, like, fall into place. It's almost as if before you were manifesting love to get happy, but now it's like, "Screw it, I just wanna be happy, um, and have love." And it's like, and once you get that, like, "Oh, wait, I really like doing these things and these things. This is what I'm passionate about," that's when your love life is gonna fall into place. Okay, and so whatever it was that happened with whoever it was that you're sad about, you got the High Priestess clarified by the 9 of Fire. So it's like 2 messages. There's one, there is a need to make sure to, like, meditate and gain balance in your life, and there is a need to, like, make sure to, like, tune in to yourself first. Like, what do I actually want out of the situation? What do I hope, like, if I'm waving a magic wand, here's what I hope will happen. So you just have that strong sense of knowing of what you want before you go into the conversation so that you don't just end up being, like, pushed over, okay? So it's tuning into yourself to know what it is that you want. Be willing to be flexible and adapt and change the plan, because what it is that you wanted was definitely worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It was either worth defending with that person so that it happens with that person, or it was worth knowing to the core of your being, like, no, this is definitely something that I want to experience in my most up close and personal relationship. So the universe can bring someone in for you. Um, okay, and if there are no super chats, I'm gonna go on to Pisces. What does Pisces most need to hear right now? Pisces. Pisces, if you're ready to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation in the description. Take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters. Just click the link, enter your name and your email, and my system will email it straight to you. Okay, so Pisces, your love life's going to be fine. Um, it's like it's almost as if you're just eager to get to the end goal. No, I just want to be married, having the kids already. But you're at month like 2 with the person, or you're at month 8 with the person, you know? So it's more time to just review and go, I'm in a balanced relationship right now and it feels good. Here's what I like about it. Here's what I enjoy about it. Just kind of just recognize like this is a relationship that actually feels nourishing, nurturing, life-giving. When I give, it feels good. Like this relationship definitely enhances my life. So it's just like the sink in that energy of like be present in this moment with like this relationship is something that like gives me something to look forward to on Saturdays. It gives me this, it gives me that. So just like sink into what you really liked about the relationship. Whatever, because you got the seven of earth clarified by the king of earth. So seeds are well planted. The seeds for that relationship to flourish are definitely very well planted. There's just like while you're at this, like, I don't see a not necessarily a pause, not necessarily a break, but just like that waiting period. Like when the apple tree is grown and there's like a little apple and you just got to wait for it to get bigger, you're at that waiting period. The seeds are well planted. It's going in the direction it needs to go. In that waiting period, the growth that you're going through is becoming the king of earth. So it's kind of like where you're waking up to the fact that like relationships are a privilege, which means it's something you have to work for to maintain. It's like a car, you got to maintain your car, right? You got to put air in the tires, you got to put gas in the tank. You got to get oil changes like every 3 or 6 months, depending on the type of oil you use. Um so you're like waking up to recognize that like they are a responsibility and that they're worth it and like you're it's like you got to have that epiphany where you're like that person's worth it. I want to see how their life ends and I want to be there for them. And it's kind of those moments where, yes, when you enter into a relationship, you do give up your autonomy and your freedom. Do whatever you want, whoever you want, wherever you want, however you want. You are giving up a little bit of freedom, a little bit of autonomy. The analogy someone gave me is like, even though you're giving that up, it's like going to a park and running with a kite in your hand. Sure, that's fun. You can run any which way. You can stand on a hill and throw it, watch it drop. You can leave whenever you want. You can stay, whatever. But when you're in a relationship, a person can hold the rope when you go fly high. So it's needing to wake up to the full value of a relationship isn't just about having someone to hang out with on like Saturdays and have adult time. It's you get to experience something different, make something better. The two of you coming together make a whole new thing that you get to enjoy. Right? If you want to keep being that kid running around a park with a kite, cool. But if you want to be in a relationship where someone holds the string so you can be the kite flying around, getting a whole new perspective, a whole new experience, experiencing something entirely new, that is going to require like a different version of you. Um, and there's about a little bit of like, not be generous with your money, but I don't want to say stingy. It's almost as if you were just kind of like protecting it, like you didn't want to be taken advantage of, but that just wasn't like it. That's kind of what caused some of the problems. Because like if you actively want to be like, I want to go out to lunch, just let me treat. But if you get in your head, ego, well, like, oh wait, no, I paid a lot for my last relationship and that didn't work out so well. I don't want to overgive financially. Let's just stay in. You're now not being authentic. So that's the price to pay. You're not being authentic, which means you're not enjoying what you want to be enjoying. And the other person can get in their head too from that. So it's just like loosen up the purse strings a little bit. And I'm not saying it's not like spend a lot of money, but it's if there's generally something that you want to pay for or do it without fear of, but what if I give and I don't give back? Like you're gonna know that after like the third or fourth time you spend money. Okay. And it's almost as if you go through that journey, then it's like the king of air clarified by the six of fire. So it's that's when you're gonna be able to like speak more confidently, like, this is actually what I really, really want. Hey, if you're having money problems, no worries. It's my treat. You're gonna like just step up and be more confident with like the here's what I want, here's what I like. Hey, here's what I see wanting to do over the next couple months. Are these things that you like and want to do? Um, Right, because just because 'cause you're the person with the money doesn't mean you can just, like, plow past the other person and not take into account their needs and wants either. And all I can tell you is that if you're willing to go through that growth, you got the 6 of fire, which means success. So love you all. Hope you all have a good weekend and a good week, If you'd like a personal reading, the link for that is in the description below. If you would like to meet your spirit guide, click the description. I put together free meditation, taking a journey to fulfill the masters to meet your own spirit guide. Bye, guys.